I had a strong religious education. I learned to read very early. When I was 3, I was already reading. So at 5, I went to Bible school to learn to read the Bible. And then I became a Jehovah's Witness, which is a very strict religion, but very Bible-based. So every day I had to go and read the Bible and discuss the Bible. And when I was 12, I disagreed too much with their interpretations, though it's a nice religion, but so I left and I tried a few others. I was Tibetan Buddhist for a while. I tried to be Jewish, but they said, no, you can't just be Jewish. You can't. I went to a synagogue and said, I think I'll be Jewish. And they said, no. You can't just walk in a synagogue and say. I went to the Catholic Church, but the nun kept hitting me with a ruler because I didn't know when to stand up and kneel. And so I just decided by 13, I don't need a religion, I'll just pray. So I haven't had a religion since, but I go to churches everywhere I go. I love churches because they're I find man's interpretation of a place of contemplation and prayer always interesting. And that's why I came such a long way just to be here. I'm not on tour or anything. I just wanted to see it. I just wanted, I saw pictures of it in a book. It was so beautiful, I had to come.
When you were a little girl, did you like the chanting, the singing in church? It was not one of the things you liked?
No. I liked the architecture. I liked the art. I especially liked Catholic churches because they had so much art. Because I lived in a very rural community with no real culture. I mean, there wasn't any museums, galleries, no cafes, no libraries. And so when you went into a church like that and saw, the paintings and the statues, that was for me my first glimpse of art was in church. I didn't go to a museum till I was almost 13.
You've played in churches in Brighton, in Manhattan, in everywhere.
Italy. Everywhere.
What does it mean to you? I mean, what makes them so special as a place to play for you?
I like to play in churches for a few reasons. First, they're made for speaking, and the acoustics are very beautiful in churches. But the best reason is because churches are where people often invest their most confessional sense, their most joyful sense, their saddest sense. They pray, they feel, daydream, maybe fall asleep. But so much of the human consciousness is in the air of churches. I don't think about religion when I'm in a church. I think about the human consciousness in active prayer, vision, the vision of the architect. So all of these vibrations or particles, energies, are very inspiring to me as a singer and performer. But I also try to be respectful in churches. I don't think to go into church to form an act of rebellion. If I was making a statement, I would, but I don't need at this time in my life to make statements in churches. So if it's a Catholic church or a certain kind of church, I won't sing Gloria. I won't sing songs that, might be hurtful to the parishioners. I'm not interested. I'm interested in having a good sense of community.
There's always some people referring to you as a punk in 2017 and being offended as you play in churches. How do you respond to this kind of bigotry?
For me, punk is nothing but a word for freedom. And I think people that try to define how I act as supposed punk rocker, I mean, I never called myself a punk rocker, but for me, when I was there as punk was evolving, and at CBGB's, with other musicians, with television, with Ramones, all of these people, with The Clash, they were all my friends. And punk meant nothing more than freedom, than what the Stooges had done, what MC5 had done, what Mozart had done, what Rimbaud had done. And when people start saying, oh, well, you can't be married and children and be a punk, oh, you can't go in a church, I say, you're defining. And to me, once you start making barriers and rules, you've lost the whole idea. Because for me, as an artist, the only rule is to do good work. That's all. You know, if it's offensive, or people don't like it, or it doesn't conform to their idea of an artist, you know, I just say, fuck you. You know, excuse me, sorry. I just am trying to do my work. For instance, when I got married and had children, people really criticized me. They thought that I was betraying the women's movement, betraying punk rock. I would say, you people are crazy. I don't define myself as anything. I got married because I loved my husband. I have children and I love my children. They don't keep me from being an artist. I'm the same person. They have only magnified my consciousness. Having children and having a man like my late husband in my life only helped my consciousness grow and create better work.